What do you imagine when you hear Mongolia? Yes, the grasslands, an endless plain, people and animal living peacefully together. Unfortunately, this green Mother Earth is turning into a desert. What's happening here? The vast Mother Nature has fed and raised humans and animals sufficiently from the beginning of the world. All living things have lived thankfully without asking for more than nature gives them. Mongolia is best known for the abundance of rivers and lakes, which were formed by melting glacier. Such abundant water is the source of life in Mongolia. However, the Mongolian grassland is turning into desert, as the rivers and the lakes are drying up. Since the 90s, the precipitation has sharply declined, which caused the evaporation of 684 rivers and 760 lakes. Excessive mining is one of the causes of this phenomenon. Mining near the source of numerous rivers have caused those rivers to dry up. Mongolia is a country of nomads since ancient times. About 83.2% of lands are used for ranching. In year 2007, the number of cattle has increased to about 40 million. 88% of the cattle are sheep and goats that consume the grass, which expedites the desertification in Mongolia. One of the biggest causes for the desertification in Mongolia is the global warming. The average annual temperatures have jumped 1.9 degrees Celsius, and 2% of the precipitation has been reduced in the past 70 years. Particularly, the average annual precipitation in the south of Gobi Desert has decreased by 12.5%. As a result, 70% of Mongolia land is under the threat of desertification. Maybe someday, there are only dusty deserts for these children instead of verdant grasslands in Mongolia. Ulaanbaatar, the capital city of Mongolia. 1/4 of Mongolians live in Ulaanbaatar. Due to accelerating desertification of the grasslands, the nomads left behind their traditional nomadic lifestyle and settled down. The most precious thing for them is water. Now, 80% of water Mongolians use is groundwater. The residents also rely on the groundwater from the Tol River. People are distributing groundwater by water wagons at poor water supply regions. But the rivers and the lakes are drying up, resulting from excessive exploitation of the groundwater. It is processing dry stream beds. The water level of the Tol River, the source of drinking water for the inhabitants, has dropped significantly, and it is beginning to dry up. Similar problems are being witnessed in other rivers as well. The rivers are drying up and the grasslands are diminishing, but the livestock grazing is still prevalent in this area. The government of Mongolia has initiated the Green Belt project, for the situation could not be neglected any longer. The project from the governments of Mongolia and Korea will last for 30 years. According to this project, the government of Mongolia will be planting trees in 300 to 400 hectares of land in the Gobi Desert every year. The government of Korea will also plant trees on between 500 and 1,000 hectares regions every year for 10 years. The Greenbelt project area is under the 40-degree latitude, where the yellow dust is formed, and it was placed on the cores of the yellow dusts. When this tree planting project is completed, the grasslands in Mongolia will once again be green. However, there are still myriads of places that have become arid. Also, even if the tree planting projects are well implemented, desertification is inevitable if managed poorly.